Hey, welcome back to MVP Hot Wheels. This is Diesel Mac, and I had some mail calls come in over the week. If you've been paying attention, you have an idea of what these are, and as soon as I get into the first one or two, you're probably going to understand what the theme is. And then I do have a mail call from Mr. Evans from Facebook, a 5-pack. We'll open that up. Pretty awesome piece in there. Pretty stoked to have. And yeah, we'll take it and have some fun. So first one, obviously, no. Right, sent in a package, pretty flat, and you'll see why here in a second. Let's see what's the best way to open this up here. Oh, that was it. Let's see if that'll help. So, no takers on the website, or not website, goodness, on the collection, so we'll see what we're gonna do with that. But if ends up continue to be no hits or anybody looking to buy an awesome collection, then we're gonna move forward. But here is one of the pieces. So one of the NASCARs. This one's a little bit newer than the rest of these are going to be. But you'll see that I think there's another one on the same card in here, maybe, or maybe that'll come later. But there's actually 3 of them on this card, and they're 1997, 98, and this one being 99. So this was the newer one, supposedly, although I think they all came out at the same time. So if you look at the back, you'll see here it says 1998, and all 3 of them said the same thing. So I'm pretty sure they all came out at the same time. You just got a little bit newer NASCAR. This one's the Ford Taurus, it says. And then you've got the T-Bird Stalker for the other 2. And like I said, one might be in here. Both won't definitely be in here. The other one might not be in here either. I said that the wrong way. There might be one in here, otherwise they're both still waiting to come in the mail. All right, next one. I believe once all these come back in from eBay, I'll have all of the variations available, and then I can do a little casting video for it, show all of them together. We'll get them all on the website. Paper. All right, so here is, again, 1997 Pro Racing. We've got the Kellogg Company, Terry Labonte. And this one supposedly is a little bit harder, but I found it for the same price as the rest of these, less than $10 shipped. So, but this one's probably also looking kind of one of the better ones. I like this purple and green paint job. So, but that is what we're after. This isn't the T-Bird Stalker. This is actually the Monte Carlo version, but it was supposed to be one of the tougher ones, so I went ahead and snagged it. I forgot what I was even talking about, but I thought it was going to be harder to find, then it just came up for less than 10 bucks. I said, why not, since I'm already getting most of these Pro Racing from the 97 time frame. Some of these other ones will be the T-Bird Stalker, I promise. What a chance pick to pull both cars that aren't the T-Bird Stalkers right off the bat. Kind of funny. There we go. So here's number 7, Jeff Bodine on the QVC car, and this is that later T-Bird Stalker variation. So we'll get a picture of this stuff in the package, and then we'll open her up probably tomorrow, and we'll get some pictures of her loose. Like I said, once they're all in, I'll do a little video, and then I'll put them down in the Hot Wheels vault. So I know I've been doing the video going down the Hot Wheels room live, but I feel like people might want to see that on regular video. So let me know if that's something you guys want to see, is more of the Hot Wheels room. I could just go and show off like all of the Chevrolet or GM stuff and just kind of go through some cases, do a quick walk around or something like that. So let me know down in the comments if that's something you'd like. So Citgo, Michael Waltrip, again on the T-Bird Stalker base. It's tough to know with all of the, well, the lighting's not great here right in the front. Let's see if I can get some better, but now you can see the Ford emblem. I think that's the only way you really, it makes it easy to tell, because you put these pretty close together with, say, this one here, right? They're pretty similar like NASCAR cars are. So that one has the Ford, makes it a little easier. That one has Monte Carlo written on the front of it, so that helps. But there is some body differences on these. They're just pretty subtle. Just stay within the, I guess, the NASCAR regulations back then. So, all right, here we go for the next one. It seemed like you guys liked the casting call for that parking plates, Camaro Z28 and the other variations. So I will try to do some more of those videos as well. It's a particular car variation you want me to do, kind of similar to what that was. You know, doing a all 57 Chevy is, you know, that's 200 plus cars, so that's, you know, a lot to set up. But we could do a variation of the 57 Chevy, or like I said, any casting that I have, anything from the 70s, 80s, and 90s castings I could probably do, and I have most of them. So if there's something you want to see in that regard, throw that down in the comments too. We'll see. I'll see what I could do to put one together. It usually kind of sparks me to go look up all the variations again, just to kind of update my information. And if I'm missing anything, see if anything's available out there that's relatively cheap to get at this point. So here we go with Ernie Irvin, Texaco car, number 28. And you can see that Ford emblem there on the front also. I think they're all going to have that to help with the indicating which type of car it is. So it makes it nice. So there's another one. And then one more box here. I do have a play set coming, which I am very excited about. I've been looking for that play set. Well, not necessarily just the play set. I've been looking for the truck that's in it for about 6 years, I would say. So quite a while. And it finally popped up and had a chance to get it, and it's in the play set. So pretty stoked about it. All right, I did get the other one. So here is, like I said, the 1997 one, and this is the earlier version. So you can see the difference there on the body styles. It's fairly subtle, but you can see that one doesn't have those little indentations in there. So, but I figured for $3 or $4, I think both of these were $3 or $4, and the shipping was $4 or something like that. Why not get all three of them? So pretty similar paint jobs. Obviously the Valvoline paint job, you can see the difference in the sixes, difference in the bodies a little bit from the top as well. You can see that back window has a different shape. So but there is one more, the 1998 one, and that one is on its way. These were all buy it nows, so it made it pretty easy. The one that's coming, 1998, is was a bid, so I had to finish that. Lasted another 5 days after I got these, so that's why that one's probably not here. And then, like I said, we got 3 more of these 97 Pro Racings that are the T-Bird Stalker, and then we've got one of the Monte Carlos. The cool thing about these 97 ones is the same casting as they used on the mainline stuff. So once you get into some of this newer stuff, they didn't use those on the mainline for the 99 one. But this one here you could find in the mainline as well. So that's parts, you know, pretty cool. I like that. And so I'll be able to put those with the same type of casting, the Monte Carlo Stalker casting for that. All right, and I told you I had a 5-pack coming from Matt. So here we go. Let's open that bad boy up. And I know I already have somebody really wanting the extra that I have now that I've got this 5-pack. It's tough to part with a car that took you a very long time to get, regardless of having to, but I think we can come up with a deal. He's got a couple things I wouldn't mind having. So we'll kind of see how that goes. I'm sure you're watching, so just to let you know, I haven't forgotten. I just kind of busy, obviously, during the week. So here we go. Nice and wrapped up. And check this out, just in case you want to know where the razor wheel variation came for that Sheriff Patrol. It's on the Auto City gift pack. I've had this search up on my eBay for a long time. I'm not sure how he was able to snag it before me. I think that's probably where he got it from, if I had to guess. But maybe not. Maybe he found it locally there. He's down in, I think, Texas. So they got a lot of good places down there to go find cars. So certainly a lot more than I have here in Central Virginia. There's not a whole lot here in Richmond or Charlottesville, two closer cities to me. So so I don't get a whole lot of, I don't go out a whole lot, because I did, do kind of my, radius search, and there's a whole lot of, newer stuff, if anything. That's about it. So, but anyways, that's where that comes from. So Sheriff Patrol, the 5-spoke's a little odd, not a little odd, but a little tougher to get. The 7-spoke in here is the normal one. 3-spoke's a little bit easier. 5-spoke's just a little bit tougher. Not crazy tough, so. But, hey, Diesel. So, there you go. There's the mail call. Thanks, Matt, for the 5-pack. And then eBay. Obviously, don't ship in a little baggie, but it came safe, and that will work. Seemed to be fine. But I'll look at the comments, see what kind of castings we're going to do later, and put some stuff together. I got some pictures to take and put up on the website, so if you're on Facebook with me, you'll see those come up. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys later. All right, bye.